Have you ever noticed that sometimes it's harder to do something quote unquote creative that you're interested in and invested in than it is to build an IKEA cabinet? A Schloben, to be exact. For most of us, it's easier to show up to a dead-end job that you hate, bussing tables or cleaning toilets or sitting at a desk getting sciatica, than it is to sit down and write and sing and work on a dream business for even 1 hour. That seems all backwards. We don't identify with paid labor as much as we do creative labor. With creative labor, you're basically making something no one's asking for and hoping they enjoy it. And that seems to entail more responsibility and threat of rejection, especially nowadays when everyone's a critic and critics are going in on everyone. This episode of Devon Things is about demystifying art so you can start treating your passion like the part-time service job it is. This way you aren't paralyzed by doubt and fear and decision fatigue and perfectionism. You know the guys. Here's a weird comparison that might help. Approaching a creative idea is like approaching someone you're attracted to. If you think they're God's gift, you're gonna stumble like an asshole. But if you remember that they have stinky farts and they watch bad TV shows and they use the word utilize to sound smart, then you're gonna be yourself. You're not gonna be as worried about screwing it up in the face of something holy. Art or anything creative, like a desirable lover, needs to be taken off the pedestal before you can dance with her. So let's do that. Let's bring art down a notch. I try to imagine art as just menial labor that's really hard to get paid for. Art is just any attempt to cure boredom for you and hopefully for other people. Art is a cheap trick to trade for a Twinkie in a lunchroom. That's how I got started. Art is like assembling your brain farts into a basic melody like Twinkle Twinkle Little Star for the entertainment of children and drunk people. Are you suggesting that Michelangelo and Da Vinci and all of the other Ninja Turtles are responsible for the Renaissance were just farting out of their brains? No. But I would say that Da Vinci's first invention idea of the day he probably regarded with about as much importance as the first gas he passed that day. Because all the productive, creative people I know just have a way of reducing the importance of the creativity down to just another part of their routine, like brushing your teeth or morning farts. Now, if I could only adopt that cold, efficient, disdainful, focused energy of a janitor cleaning puke out of a toilet, then I can make these videos every week. If you all want to see more brain fart melodies, please like and subscribe, whatever you gotta do. Thank you for watching. Stay majestic and value friendship. Those are my Bob Barker, get your pet spayed and neutered closing remarks. Stay majestic and value friendship. I don't give a shit what you do with your dog's genitals.